Brandon Hilder.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the opening act. I'm your host, Brandon Hilder. On today's episode, our special guest is Ben McGrew. Ben is from the band We Have No Name. How are you doing today, Ben?
Pretty good. How are you, Brandon?
I'm pretty good. It's been a good Tuesday. Not too much going on. So, on Saturday in Butte, Montana, you played at the Battle in the Pit. Was that a fun show to play, or?
Yeah, I think that was the most fun show I've ever played.
That's always good. How did you think that show went in general?
I thought overall it went pretty well. There were a lot of bands there, and I definitely had a great time. So looking forward to coming back to Butte sometime soon.
Good. So what city do you come out of, or what town?
I'm from Great Falls.
Great Falls, very nice.
Yeah, and all of the other members of my band are as
well. Wow. So I got a question about the show. You said it all went really good, but were there any things that you might change for the next show?
Definitely. So one of my favorite parts about playing live is you always learn things. So I think next time there are a few things as far as the sound goes that I'd like to work on, like having in-ear monitors so we can hear ourselves better and things like that. But other than that, it's all just about continuing to do it and just practicing and getting better.
Yeah, practice makes perfect.
Yeah, and also we'll probably stop doing covers at some point soon and just focus more on original music.
I gotcha. So, out of all the bands that played there, which one was your favorite to watch?
So, I really enjoyed the band Repent. That was just a really cool experience. I haven't heard those guys before, and I thought they were great.
I know in the little interview I did with them, they said that they were going to play some Melt Your Face Off music. Did they?
Definitely. They are very talented. And
wow.
It was cool having a touring band there with us, and just they definitely brought the energy with them, I feel like. So that was really cool.
That is really cool. Unfortunately, I did not get to stay to watch them. I had to go home and do some other things, but yeah, I'm sure they did a great job.
Yes.
Yeah.
Aquavarius set was also awesome. That's my best friend's band, and they're absolutely killer as well.
Yeah, they're a whole bunch of cool dudes. They're pretty goofy, too.
Yep, and they smell bad.
Oh, okay. I know.
You can ask them. It's part of their sound.
Yeah, the whole smelling bad thing. Dang. I know during the interview, we had Hunter completely walk off from the interview like he got offended or something. He was totally joking, but it was still pretty funny.
Yeah. Yes, that kid he's a natural born star, I swear.
One of the I don't remember who it was. One of the bandmates, though, I think it was the drummer, he said, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers suck. And he said, your childhood was terrible. And then he just left. So that was fun. It was an awkward last 30 seconds.
Yes, those guys are just something else.
Wow. Yeah. So how many concerts have you played?
So altogether, I think I'm at 4 or 5 so far. And some of them were by myself, and then Hunter and I, who's the lead guitarist, and We Have No Name, have played a couple shows together as well, just as a duo.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you guys did a really good job. I really enjoyed it. So overall, out of all the songs you played, which one would you say got the best reaction from the whole crowd?
I'd say probably Don't Follow by Alice in Chains was one of the better reactions, I think. And That one's pretty fun to do.
I really enjoyed listening to that one, yeah.
Yeah, and then of our originals, I'd say Siren Song probably, which originally it was kind of like an acoustic sea shanty, and now it's more of like a metal song kind of. But it's interesting
Wow.
how those things work.
That is interesting. What kind of music would you say that you guys play mainly?
I would say rock and roll overall.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Gotta love the good old rock and roll.
Yeah, and it's a pretty ambiguous term, and it's a broad umbrella, so you don't really put yourself in a box or anything.
Yeah, it's just kind of whatever rock is, yeah. All sorts of things.
Yeah.
It's lovely, yeah. With the name We Have No Name, how did you guys come up with that?
Well, we were just looking for a name, and I thought that maybe just saying We Have No Name was our name was clever, and I looked it up and I didn't see any other bands called that, so I just went with that, and I think probably keep it.
Do you think this name's here to stay for as long?
Especially because I already started making merch, so, you know.
Nice. And, yeah, I got one of the stickers at the show. Thank you so much for that. It's a really awesome sticker. I love the Wizards on it.
Oh, thanks, man. And hopefully I'll have some new merch to hook you up with soon. We're working on some T-shirt designs, so that should be pretty cool.
Oh, dang. That sounds awesome. So, when would you say that you discovered your love for music?
I would say I've definitely always loved music, and since I was probably like 5 years old, I've wanted to play guitar. And yeah, just like used to just have a guitar that I would hold and like listen to rock and roll and like wish that I could play it. So it's been kind of a long time coming.
Yeah. How old were you when you first learned how to play the guitar?
Well, honestly, I wouldn't say I've like felt like I was decent at playing guitar until probably within like the last year or so.
Wow.
Before that, I had been like kind of like just like struggling with like learning and like, you know, actually sitting down and making myself practice for long periods of time, and then like kind of felt like something clicked, and now I just like practice for hours and enjoy it.
Wow, that's really cool. No, you were telling me that you also play the bass. What would you say you're better at, guitar or bass?
Well, I would say that I'm probably better at bass. Just like the parts that I write are more rhythmic and geared toward bass or rhythm guitar. I don't really do the whole lead guitar solo-y thing.
Gotcha.
Very much.
Yeah, that's what I play. I play the bass. Such a fun instrument.
Yes. So much fun. Like, it's the most fun. Come on.
Yeah. I love just sitting down and listening to all my favorite songs and either playing the correct bass lines or just completely making something up that sounds good to it. One of my favorite things to do.
Yeah.
I would definitely say the whole Weezer Blue album, that is my favorite entire group of music to play on the bass. I could play all those songs for hours. So much fun.
You know, I also love that album. I haven't learned it on bass, though. That's a pretty good idea.
I would say Sweater Song is the best one to learn. That is, I could play that for hours. It is a great album. Love Weezer. I got to see him in concert a few years ago. Or actually, it was like 2 years ago. Great experience. So,
yes, I'm very jealous.
Should be. Weezer's great. Hopefully you can go see him someday. So, what would you say was like the first song that you learned how to play on guitar or bass? You can pick which one.
I think probably Come As You Are by Nirvana was probably the first one. It's pretty simple. I think that was the very first.
Yeah. Do you still ever like mess around and play it today, or?
Yeah, still mess around and play it, especially like if someone like wants to like learn how to play something kind of simple. I kind of show. That's one of the ones that I show newer people usually.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Throughout your high school, did you ever play any instruments or anything like that?
Yeah, I definitely played guitar really badly, like all throughout high school. Yeah, just would
Me too.
do that. Yeah, and Hunter and I have actually been like jamming together since we were in like middle school. Like, we tried to record music together in like 7th grade.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's awesome.
Yeah, it went so badly. Like yeah, it was funny.
That's cool. So, do you think that you will go on to pursue music as a career?
So, it's definitely something that I'm very passionate about. I definitely take it really seriously, and I think that it's definitely something I will always do, like professionally, or try to, play shows and do the whole live performance thing. Maybe, try to recover some of my costs from it. As far as doing it full time, that would just depend on if I have an opportunity to do that or not. If not, I'll probably have a fallback job.
Yeah. What would you say that fallback career would be?
It would be computer programming.
Oh, wow. That's really cool. I am
that's
not too great with tech, so I salute anybody who is, so that's really cool.
But also technology is evil.
Yeah.
And watch out for it.
Yes, that is true.
Yes.
So, what bands, songs, and other artists that like fly solo, who inspires you as far as music goes?
So I would say like Nirvana, Jimi Hendrix, just like the Doors, Fleetwood Mac, just like all the rock and roll like classics, just the great Led Zeppelin, like just all of that. And then country artists as well, like Johnny Cash and stuff like that. Just
wow. It's really cool. Those are some great artists. Definitely some people I've looked up to. Who was like the very first person that you were like, oh my gosh, I want to be like him or play like him, or when was that and who was it?
So that would probably have to be, so like what kind of really, when I really knew I wanted to play music was, I don't know if you remember when the game Rock Band came out.
Oh, I love that game.
Like, Rock Band, and playing like Wanted Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
That song is, so that song kind of got me hooked, and I was a huge fan of Bon Jovi for a long time. I still like Bon Jovi, but their 2020 album kind of put me off, I guess. They should have just stopped before that.
Yeah, good old Bon Jovi. I love all their old stuff. So good.
Yeah, that one album is just like the song "It's My Life," but it's the whole album, and it's not. It's like geriatric dad rock. I'm not really a fan. But I will not say anything more disrespectful because I love that band. But
it's okay.
Just
every once in a while, bands will have a weird album. It's true.
That's fine. Just release it under a different name.
What would be Bon Jovi's altered name? Their altered name?
Oh gosh, I don't even want to get into that. It would just I've already been too disrespectful toward Bon Jovi tonight.
Bon Jovi, we love you. Just in case you're listening, which I doubt you are, but we love you.
Yep, we listen to your songs on repeat, and then we just
What is your favorite part about playing and making music?
Well, honestly, I love that it's never the same, and it's very difficult. That's something that kind of draws me to it, and just forces you to push yourself, I feel like.
Yeah. And I know one of my favorite parts about it is like you'll learn new things that you'll hear or see new things that you want to learn, and then you just like have that drive to do it. It's very motivating in that way. I think that's just really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're always trying to learn.
And the other
stuff.
cool part is how it brings people together.
Oh,
it just draws everyone.
Heck yeah. Man, even at the Battle in the Butte, we were all just one big family right there. Just all having a good
Yep.
time. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I probably made like 20 new friends.
Yep, that's definitely great for that. It's like a social network where they're not harvesting all your personal data.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not to get into my very real conspiracy theories.
Oh, man. Yeah, that stuff's scary. Don't scare
Yes,
me.
Yes, that's another reason why music's great, because it's just a distraction from
Yeah.
all of that as well.
That's true.
Or an outlet to vent about it in certain cases, you know?
Absolutely. Music's a way a lot of people can express their emotions and feel things. And yeah, music is definitely great that way. Yeah. What would you say your favorite part about playing like live concerts is?
I would say that since it's kind of like a high stress thing sometimes, and there's like a lot of adrenaline, I feel like it's like rapid education because you are kind of like feeling everything on a heightened level. So like lessons are driven home a lot harder, and I feel like 5 minutes of playing live is worth like weeks of practicing at home in certain cases.
Wow.
And also just because of like the exposure to musicians, like you're always around like these musicians who are so talented, and they're always like sharing their knowledge with you. So that's really cool.
Yeah. So talking about like meeting new musicians while playing, what's been like one of the most beneficial friendships you've made from playing at a concert as far as meeting musicians goes?
Let's see. I met some of our best friends have been from like concerts and things. Like I met this couple from Havre at an obituary show. We were actually attending a show in Missoula, and then that was actually Drew of Dank Crypt that we just played that show with in View last night.
Oh,
so we
wow.
actually were just standing in line outside a concert one night, and we lived in completely different towns, and we're in a different town from where we lived, and then now we're like friends and play shows together and like send each other Christmas cards and all kinds of stuff. So
Wow.
yeah, and
That's
that
wild.
stuff kind of happens all the time.
That's really cool.
So,
yeah. Drew's a pretty cool guy. He's been Facebook messaging me a little bit. He's a really cool guy.
I don't know if you know that he's also a very talented painter. He painted Aquavaria's album cover, and I actually bought a print of his recently.
Dang.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
Wow. If I ever get him on the show, we'll have to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, out of the few concerts that you've played, what do you think has been your favorite venue to play?
So, this is going to sound weird, but honestly, so we did a couple concerts at my friend Ryan's backyard, and those were really fun just because it was such like a friendly environment, and it was like we had like all of our assorted friends and family there, and that was really cool. And then it kind of like started the whole like moving up to bigger venues like directly from there. So that was probably my favorite, honestly.
Yeah. I've never played at or even attended a backyard concert, but that's definitely on my list.
Yeah, they were good. Like we got shut down by the police every time we did it. So you know they were good.
Oh man, yeah. So do you have like a favorite concert story from your experience in playing some concerts?
I would say, well, there is this fun thing that I tend to get pulled over on the way to concerts, but it's not really my favorite story, but it seems to be a recurring one. So.
Dang.
I did get pulled over on the way to the beat show as well.
You did?
Yes.
Wow. That's...
Yep, always for speeding.
Dang. Wow.
Yep. But
how many times has that been from going to concerts?
I think it's happened like 3 times so far. So.
Wow.
Yeah, I just need to stop doing it. They just told me to get a slower car this time. But,
a slower car, wow.
Yeah.
What kind of car do you drive right now?
It's a Hyundai Veloster. It's not like the fastest car in the world or anything, but I need something that's like governed at like 80 and just can't go faster than that.
Yeah, that's how my car is. I drive an old beat up Taurus wagon. The thing is slow.
Oh, nice.
Its top speed is like 75, and that's if I want the engine to blow. Oh, man.
Well, just think about this. Your life expectancy bar goes up directly in proportion to your car's top speed bar going down. So,
I've never thought of that.
Yeah.
What was the first concert that you ever remember attending?
I think it was the Cold Hard Cash show.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with that at all. It's like a Johnny Cash tribute band.
Gotcha. Do you have any like special memories from that?
Well, I remember the whole thing pretty vividly. It's like, I mean, it was in an elementary school here in town, and yeah, it's pretty cool because they kind of like tell stories about the history of Johnny Cash and his life in between songs, like while the bass line's still going. So yeah.
Oh, wow. That is really cool.
Yeah.
So what has been your favorite concert that you've ever attended?
Definitely, I would have to say going to see Obituary in Missoula was great.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
I would definitely say mine is that Weezer concert. That was Weezer, Green Day, Fall Out Boy, and the Interrupters. That was wild.
That sounds great. That's a pretty killer lineup.
Oh, yeah. It's like 4 genres right there. And I've seen the Interrupters twice now, and I'm going to see them a third time in, I think, April. So, yeah, they're a great band. If you haven't heard of them, you should check them out. They're pretty cool.
I shall do that.
Yeah, they're like, they call themselves an LA ska band, but they sound really punky as well. That's why I like them. They're pretty cool. They're really good. Yeah.
Nice. We actually have like a song that is very like what ska punk type vibes going on, but we actually left it out of our set list, kind of just for time. But
oh man, yeah, I probably would have loved it.
I was looking forward to doing that one. It's pretty fun. It's called Skeezer.
It's called what? What was it called?
It's called Skeezer.
Wow, that's really cool. Yeah. I played the trumpet, so in band at high school when I was in band, every once in a blue moon we'd play a ska song. Oh, they're the best. Like we played The Impression That I Get by the Mighty Mighty Bosstones. Oh, I freaking love playing that song. That is so fun. I feel like I would do pretty good in a ska band. Yeah.
So I love when band musicians like end up in rock bands because they always bring something from that into the rock, and it's just like great.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with Entice out of Missoula, but they have like saxophone players like in their metal songs, and it's pretty cool.
Wow, that sounds really interesting. Yeah. Metal and saxophones. Yeah. Those are two things I would have never thought would go together.
Oh yeah, and they bring other band instruments in as well there.
That's really cool. Wow. Yeah. And I'm not the best like guitar or bass player, but really not the best guitar player at all. I can't play it at all. So if I had to like be in a band, not really have to, if I got to be in a band, I would definitely want to play in a ska band and play the trumpet because, I mean, I think I'm pretty okay, so that would be pretty fun.
That sounds pretty cool.
How scary does it feel to play in front of crowds, or does it not feel scary at all?
I would say like the first few times it was terrifying. I feel like for me it's gotten better the more I do it, and also I feel like the anxiety goes down directly like in relation to how much your practice time goes up to. Like if you practice, you feel a lot more at ease than if you're not prepared.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I've played shows with like only a week notice before doing the show, and it was understandably not the best performance that I could have had. So learned from that.
I know the one time I played in front of an audience, Me and my brother, we played a Green Day song. I think we practiced for like 6 months. I remember it being so fun. It was like the best. Like the first 10 seconds were scary, and then the rest just went. It was so fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really hope we can have more chances to play again because that is just such a cool feeling. I'm sure you can agree.
Yes. And
Yeah.
I would say if you want to do it again, my only advice would be, again, just to practice. Because if you practice, you will have an opportunity to play.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like before I could even really play, I've been at shows before where I like probably could have like just hopped on the stage if I hadn't known any songs or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, there are those situations.
Yeah, that's really cool. What can we expect from We Have No Name in the future, like as far as songs and albums go?
Well, I can say that I love writing music, so probably expect a lot more original music.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yep.
Are you guys going to be on like Spotify and stuff soon, or?
Yeah, so we just really need to, I think, get a little bit tighter as a band, and then probably try record at least a demo soon, and then go from there.
I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Be good to listen to you guys. Yeah. So, what would you say is like the most valuable thing that you've learned from playing music?
I would say patience and perseverance. Like really willing to invest time and effort into something and not see a payoff right away.
Just seeing it out and not getting frustrated with it. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's because music is extremely frustrating. And if you're the kind of person who gives up easily, it'd be very hard to like practice an instrument because it's not always going to sound the best, or it's not always going to be easy to figure something out. So it's got to be willing to try again.
That totally makes sense. What is your favorite and least favorite part about being a musician?
My favorite part is just like the act of just making music with my friends and just enjoying music with my friends and enjoying music in general. And my least favorite part is that I feel like there's a certain level of just like emotional pain involved with any level of getting good as a musician. And it's like an across the board thing, but I don't know.
Wow.
Maybe that's just me.
So it's a lot of fun, but it's also terrible, huh?
It's also terrible, yeah. It's just like it can be emotionally draining at times because you just put a lot of yourself into it.
Yeah.
And when it's not going well, it can take a lot out of you.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure when it pays off, you're like, oh, man, I'm so happy I did it. Huh?
Yeah, definitely.
I know that's how a lot of things are. Yeah.
Yep.
I do community theater and stuff. And I know years past, I've always been like, why am I doing this show? I'm going to hate it. It's so terrible. Then when you're done, you're like, oh, man, that was great. Luckily, the last show I didn't have that negative attitude at all. I was just like, let's do it the whole time. And it ended up paying off great. But yeah.
Yep.
Things like that are what you make of it.
Yeah, and I think if musicians weren't so supportive as a whole, there would be a lot fewer of them because people would quit.
Yeah.
Like, you always got to have those friends that are there to, like, you know.
Not going to lie, I think my favorite part about the concert on Saturday was how supportive all of the bands were of each other. It was, like, really cool because, like, one band would be playing and everybody else that was waiting to go play was still right up there headbanging, cheering them on, having a good time, socializing. Like, everybody was there for each other. It was really cool. So what would you say, bass or guitar?
Definitely bass.
Definitely bass. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. What musicians do you hope to work with in the future? Like, if you could, like, if you want to collab. That's, yeah.
Ooh, to work with. Let's see. That's a tough one. You know, I'd love to just, like, have Tech9 just, you know, come in and just blow apart a song that I wrote. That would be great.
That sounds really cool.
no matter what the genre of the song is, I don't care.
Yeah.
Tech Nine can just go and have a verse, especially because I just hear a lot of people I'll talk about Tech Nine and they'll immediately be like, I don't like Tech Nine. That just motivates me to just like Tech Nine even more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say?
I did not expect to go on a rant about liking Tech Nine today, but here we are.
Yeah, liking Tech Nine. There you go. Who cares about what the other people think? Yeah.
Yeah, who cares? We love Tech Nine.
We love Tech Nine and Bon Jovi. That's what we've learned
Tech
today.
Nine and Bon Jovi should collab. Also, you heard it here first, folks.
Tech Nine and Bon Jovi. That'll be the 2024 album.
Yep.
Oh man.
Also, yeah, I think that would be great.
What is the best piece of advice another musician has ever given you?
The best piece of advice, probably overall, you don't need that. Like it's so easy to fall into a trap of like thinking you need all these different things to like make you a good musician, when really just like focusing on the music should be paramount.
Yeah.
And then also take your time is another thing.
Yeah, that's a good piece of advice for sure.
Especially like when you have nerves or that kind of thing, like it's easy to want to rush through things.
Yeah.
But, like it's good to slow down.
Yeah. Okay. So at the concert, you told me that you rap. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
So I just like have grown up on like rap music, and I enjoy that. I haven't done as much rap, but it's something that I actually hope to incorporate like into my band in whatever form it may take. And then yeah, it's just something that I do on the side as well, especially for fun with my friends. Yeah, we make rap songs.
There are so many
making beats too.
Yeah. There are so many good rock bands that have incorporated rap into their music. Oh. Yeah. One of my favorites that comes into mind, and maybe you'd consider them rock. Maybe they'd probably be more like a surf rock. But that's 311. I got to see them in concert last summer. They're crazy. Their rap is good. They got like the good beachy vibey music, and then spitting all the bars. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
I definitely wish I could
gotta love
sing
the
like
mixing of genres, though. Like I think, and then another thing I think there needs to be more of is just like mixing genres at shows, like having more mixed bill shows with different genres in the same venue.
Yeah.
Same night.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So
and I need to learn how to rap and play bass too. That's another skill I need to work more on.
Yeah. There you go. They could be. That'd be cool. So, are there any more instruments that you want to learn how to play?
I really want to get better at piano because I feel like that's like the root of everything in music. So or at least like an easy to understand thing because it's like laid out in a linear way. So it's easy to like visualize everything.
Yeah,
like theory wise.
That is true. Yeah, piano is one of those ones I wouldn't mind picking up too. It's crazy how long ago piano goes back to, though. Like, it really can rattle your mind if you let it.
Yes.
It's an old instrument. So, if you could go back in time to meet one celebrity, who would it be and why?
Jimi Hendrix, just because he's the GOAT, like 100%.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You know, that is actually the second time I've heard that answer for this question. Yeah. Jimi Hendrix is popular to a lot of people. He's cool. I love Jimi Hendrix. Just everything about him. The way he played guitar, it's really inspiring and really cool. Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah.
So, what is your favorite movie? Now we're in that goofy category.
Oh, yeah. So I really like Stanley Kubrick's A Clockwork Orange.
I don't think I've seen that one.
it's a classic, like cinema masterpiece. It's kind of controversial, but I really like it.
Cool. So,
Yes.
what is your favorite fruit?
My favorite fruit, I would have to say raspberries.
Raspberries, nice.
Yeah.
Now, if you had to become a fruit, what fruit would you become?
Probably a coconut.
A
Seems pretty,
coconut.
yeah,
Wow,
seems pretty rugged
exotic.
fruit-wise.
Now, what football team do you support?
Like pro football,
Pro football, NFL,
Baltimore Ravens.
Baltimore Ravens. When did you start liking them?
Well, I've liked them since I was a little kid. I don't remember exactly how I arrived at liking them, but it's been an ongoing thing, and yeah,
Yeah,
probably since I was about 8.
that's really cool. Now,
Yeah.
who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl?
So, to be honest, I have not been following the NFL at all. Sometimes I play fantasy football, and if I do, I keep up on it pretty well. But this year, I missed the cutoff, so I'm just completely ignorant of it. Also, don't watch the news.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Great.
it's Chiefs and Eagles. So just with your
Chiefs
background
and
knowledge of what
So
you know
we'll
about
just-
those teams.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs then, probably.
Me too. Good old Mahomes.
Yes.
Yes.
Fun to watch, definitely. Like,
really
I love
is.
watching Patrick Mahomes play. I will say that.
Yeah, he's one of my brother's favorite players. He has a pair of socks with Mahomes on it. It's really weird, but yeah. That's not the only athletes he has on socks. He has like Mahomes, Aaron Judge, Stephen Curry. Who else? That might be it. What well-known song best describes you, in your opinion?
What well-known song best describes me? That's a difficult question. Ones that I saw, and I was like, oh, I'll have to think about that.
Yeah.
But I would say I don't have an answer for you on that one.
It's okay.
Oh, actually, Smooth Criminal by Alien Ant Farm.
Oh, yes.
There we go. Yeah.
The Alien Ant Farm version, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why it's the Alien Ant Farm version. Actually, I do, but yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, dude, Alien Ant Farm rocks that song. They're good.
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay.
Like, yeah.
This question.
I disrespected Bon Jovi and Michael Jackson. I wonder if I'm canceled yet.
Okay. Wow. We have quite the mix of artists that we could put together in a song now. Bon Jovi, Michael Jackson, Alien Ant Farm. Wow.
I wonder if Michael Jackson and Alien Ant Farm would just end up scrapping.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay. This question's weird. This one is debuting today.
Okay.
What is your favorite Chinese takeout dish?
Ooh. Okay. Chinese takeout dish. I mean, I would have to say probably General Chicken. I like, yeah. I actually just had Chinese food yesterday. It was fantastic. Went to Maple Garden, and I'm indecisive though. I have this thing called the Maple, which is like 4 or 5 like different entrees. And I went there like with friends and stuff, and we just yeah. So
yeah,
I can't ever choose one thing.
That's okay. Me either.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I can't. Me personally, it's chicken and broccoli. Yeah.
Chicken and broccoli.
Oh man, I love that stuff. Yeah, my parents make it homemade. Woo, good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Good old stir fry. So, if someone were to write a biography about you, what would you think it'd be called?
I think just Ben would probably just hit the hardest.
Ben.
Yeah, just Ben in all caps.
Ben.
and make it like ridiculously thick and heavy, but just like have like large sections that are just like, activities and things like that interspersed throughout the book in case people get bored. Like have connect the dots and crosswords and Sudoku and things like that in the biography, just to make it large and intimidating and fun.
Yeah, read a chapter, do a Sudoku. Read a chapter,
do
a crossword,
and like have a whole calendar for just the year that the book is published in there, like a planner.
Wow, I want to see this book happen.
Probably some notes pages in the back, like 80 pages worth of just plain white paper.
How many pages is this biography?
Oh, probably about 1,200.
1,200 pages.
Like I wanted to,
Wow.
Full novel.
Whole life story. Down from the ravens to the alien ant farm to everything else in between.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. Oh, man. Okay. So you heard this question on Saturday, but this is my favorite question. I have to ask it again just for the people who haven't heard it. So this question is from my favorite TV show, which is Chuck, which aired from 2007 to like 2013. If you were stranded on a deserted island and could have one sandwich with you, what kind would it be?
Well, I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's definitely the spicy Italian. It's just a superior sandwich. Add some bacon, some mustard, some banana peppers. It's over.
Now, how about this question? What specific place you getting the sandwich from?
Well, that's actually my go-to at Subway. But, I complain about going to Subway every time I go there, so it's kind of weird,
Oh, man, I love Subway. That is also my go-to.
But, my best friend just worked there for a long time and left on bad terms, so I'm required by law to say bad things about Subway every time I bring them up. I signed a contract and everything.
Wow. That's wild. So you love Subway, but you always say bad things about it. Dang.
Yeah, it's really bad. I need to work on that, but again, the contract makes it kind of difficult.
The contract, yeah. So what advice do you have for any of the students at my school that may be listening? I really hope some of them are listening, but so if they are, what advice?
My advice would be to just definitely find something you like doing and actually do it instead of talking about doing it. Find too many people that just talk about doing things until it's too late or they think it's too late and never end up doing them.
Yeah. Yeah. So actually do things instead of talking about them.
Yes.
I like it. Yep. That is something I definitely try to live by. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's why I'm doing this show. I talked about doing it for years, and here I am actually trying it. It's a lot of fun.
Well, that's what's up.
So now I'm going to pass the mic over to you. If you want to shout anybody out, if you have any plugs, or even if you want to ask me a question, time is yours.
Okay. Well, I definitely want to shout out Aquavaria for their awesome performance on Saturday, as well as Take No Shit. Those guys are pretty cool.
Yeah.
And they're getting more members in their band, which is always really cool to see. And then Acts of Volition as well, more friends. And Dank Crip, the band that played 2 shows that night, like a bunch of madmen.
That's wild, yeah.
And, yeah.
Butte and Bozeman. Woo!
Yes.
It's a drive.
Butte and Bozeman. Other than that, just stay tuned for more stuff from We Have No Name, and that's about it.
That's all the questions on my list. So I guess we're done.
Well, that was really fun. I really enjoyed talking to you.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah. Thanks for being willing to sit here and talk about all this nonsense. 'Cause that's what a lot of it was. That's what makes it fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is indeed what makes it fun.
Well, I wish you and your bandmates good luck with all the future concerts and all the future songs to be. Yeah. I hope you guys,
All right.
yeah, I'll support you.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah. So
hopefully we'll be coming back your way soon.
I really hope so too. We need some more good concerts out in this area, for sure.
Yes, sir.
If you ever come play Deer Lodge, that's where I live. We would definitely love you.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, with that, thank you for sitting here, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Yeah, thanks. You too.
Yeah. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Peace out. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening, everyone. And before we go, I just wanted to say thank you to Ben. That was a really fun interview. And also thanks to my high school, Powell County High School, for letting me use their podcast equipment. Big thanks to Mr. McConaughey and Miss Beery and all the other wonderful teachers here that help support me and help motivate me for doing this. You guys all rock. And yeah, a big shout out to you guys too, because, you listen to the videos and help me out that way. I really appreciate that, guys. So make sure to share with friends, subscribe, like, comment, do all those things. And yeah, have a good one, guys.